All right, we're here on number 15 back tee. We're behind me. You can see they're installing the new bridge. It's going to take you from 11 tees to 11 fairway. They're rock hammering some of the cart path out because that's going to be completely rerouted as you come from 10 green to 11 tees to 11 fairway. Our main line is almost completely in. Probably by the end of this day, we'll have main line all through the practice facility, front and back 9. So that's kind of one more of those completely done checklist items, which is really exciting. They're going to start working a lot on the greens loops, getting the greens, laterals, and heads in, so that if we're not completely finished sodded by the time it's ready to sprig greens, we don't have to wait for them to run that irrigation to there. So we're going to get water to the greens first. Besides the greens, they're working on install on 14 and 13, so they're getting laterals and heads in on those holes as well. So hopefully by the end of the week, weather pending, we're mainline in, all greens loops are in, so all waters to greens, and then we only have 10, 11, and 12, and maybe some of 13 that is yet to have those smaller lines and heads put in there. So kind of in a good spot as we go into early May. Sod has been a little bit kind of stop and go with the weather, so we have to keep in mind that it's not just the weather here at Mira Vista, it's also the weather at the sod farm. So a lot of the times we both get rain, but sometimes we get rain and they don't, and vice versa. So obviously with the recent weather, we're bringing in as much as we can, but it turns into a little bit of a mess if we try to push it. So we should end up finishing 15 this week, along with 17 and 16, wrapping some of those bunkers that we've got approved. And then we'll hop the road as 14 is prepped and ready for sod. We'll hop the road and go over to 14. So like I said, getting in a good spot here. And then weather pending, we'll be right around that end of May, early June timeline. So just Mother Nature's gonna affect kind of when substantial completion is, but still zero effect on our October opening date. We got some things going on in the front 9 we're going to go show y'all agronomically, and then I want to stop by and show you guys the Kafka cart path material for number 18. So let's head that way. So we're here in the pool parking lot where we're storing our Kafka material. This is 75 tons, and we'll put this all the way down the center cart path on 18 at a compacted depth of 2 inches. What Kafka is virtually a crushed granite material that's coated in wax. So as you can see, you've got some of these looks like rock. This is really just kind of Kafka that's compacted. So we'll put it down and we'll put our big roller on it and smush it down, and it'll actually repel water. So the big worry is, okay, what if we get a rain and that thing becomes like a one big river? Well, this should repel water with that wax coating, so it's very difficult for this stuff to wash out. There will be some maintenance to it with continued traffic, things like that, but it's much more durable and locks in together much more differently than your traditional just kind of orange crushed granite material. So this should help lessen if a golf ball kind of hits in the center of the cart path on 18, which was a worry. This will kind of help deaden that to where we don't get these big flyers off the cart path. It should certainly add to the aesthetics and making you kind of feel like you're more in the country, or like that Texas vibe that we're looking for, as opposed to just a bright white cart path going down the center of your golf hole. So really looking forward to getting this in. You could, pending weather, you'll start to see us do this over the next 2 to 10 days here. We're here on number 4. 4, 5, 2, and 3 are kind of the holes that we feel are struggling the most in terms of just turf health and kind of getting them to come in from the winter. You know, we had that late freeze in February that we know the sod farm felt as well, and then we harvested directly after that and brought that grass here. So by no means is it dead. It's just going to be a little bit slower to come along than some of the stuff before, and obviously after the freeze as we get into May season as well. So what we've been doing to kind of expedite its growth and try to get it to bounce back a little more is certainly some extra fertilizer. We're aerifying these holes first, getting some open pore space in there, air down, getting some new growing points for that Bermuda to come up through those holes, and then getting our 5-ton roller on this stuff, smoothing it out, kind of mushing that stuff around. So we're really working these holes here. All these practices will be conducted on the other holes as well. We just really want to get these up to speed so everything's a little more fluid. We're not doing certain things to one holes and certain things to the other. So by no means anything to worry about. It's kind of the reality of our timeline and doing a project through the winter with Bermuda grass. Once we start to get up into those 90-degree temps, you'll forget this was ever kind of patchy. So just trying to be patient and give it everything we can give it. Everything's really coming along really well. And I would say just normal construction things, nothing wild, knock on wood, has come up here. And we're excited to get everybody out here that's signing up for these renovation tours here in early May. And again, if you have any questions or comments, concerns, please email me. I know there's a lot going on, so appreciate your patience and excited to get you guys out here to see it and play it in October.